Greetings and welcome to a Friday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is April 25th. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I'm doing great. It's just always great to have you back.
It's great to be back.
I'm just happy I didn't have to do the intro.
I heard that. I listened to that yesterday on the plane home, both podcasts that were done Monday, Wednesday. Did seem to put you in the blender of that of all things, tying you up in knots. Is highly amusing.
You've got the Pele yips. I've got the intro yips. You know, we both can understand each other's qualms and issues.
Yeah, that's a similar issue. Yeah, and once you get going, I mean, the worst is when you get a little giggle fit or you get in your head, how does it go? And then you have no chance. When you have to think about it, you have no chance of getting off the ground. But thank you for keeping the ship afloat. It's never been better to be back. I can't express to you how happy I am to be back at work and off of quote unquote vacation. I don't take a lot of vacation, maybe 1 week a year or like a proper week away. That I would not consider a week away, but you guys did. I love the boys as we are officially like that is term. There might be a merchandise by the end of this year with the boys on it, but that was great. I laughed out loud multiple times on the plane home.
The boys, the boys came in. They took care of business. You know, the boys came in. They understood the assignment, and they bounced around. They bounced off each other. You know, it was a good showing for the boys. Maybe the first of many showings from the boys.
It might be. And then the Bacon Pod was great on Monday, recapping what seemed like a great heritage. I swear to God, this is the only golf content I've consumed. It was delightful to learn of the whatever it is, the Creator Classic. I had no exposure to that of any kind unless it was through you Chuckle F's talking about it. That was my only exposure. I was delighted to learn of it that way.
Are you excited for Nate Shot in the Creator Classic?
Sure. I love you just kept listing name after name. I had no clue who any of them were, like you guys, which is fine. I know they got 1 billion followers amongst them. They're growing the game. The Xander app, which, you know, I thought was awesome. I love the Xander app. I would defend the Xander app because there's been a lot more crazy bullshit that no one's asked for thrown out there in this game the last 5 years. So let him do his thing. So yeah, it was great to listen to you guys. I've consumed nothing. Saw zero shots of heritage, if I'm being honest, which seemed like a good event.
You were tied up. You had that's what the boys were for. The boys
it was great.
Were trying to get you were tied up in Disney.
We were. I'm coming in hot. We're going.
How do you feel?
Straight to intro.
How do you feel right after? You know, we're catching you. Maybe 20 hours since you got home.
No, less than
18,
that. I've been home.
18?
I got home I walked in the door 7:45. It's 2 p.m. So yes,
under
less
18
than 24
hours.
Yes. I sat down with my wife last night on the couch after kids had gone to bed. She had poured herself a bourbon, which is now her custom. She was having a bourbon every night at Disney World, double bourbon. Almost $24 for one double. That's the Disney price. You could buy a bottle of bourbon for less than getting a double. So she had her single last night. My wife's pretty level-headed. Doesn't get dramatic. Didn't prone to hysterics or melodramatics. And she said the one word, like, I honestly think that I could summarize this past week was traumatic. I was like, come on. It's like it feels like a trauma. I was like, my wife does not get hyperbolic about anything. I was like, all right, that's sort of disrespectful to real trauma. Like, to be fair, like I know it's just half tongue in cheek, but yes, it was a lot. The kids had fun though. I want to be fair. It was great. The kids had a blast. They have no concept of the money that was spent or the near, maybe divorces that encounter, all the fighting and all this stuff that occurred. But it was great. It was my
Favorite
kids had a
ride?
blast. For me?
Yeah.
Or the overall?
For you. Was it Hagrid's motorbike?
Honestly, it was up there. That one was awesome.
Was
and it might have
worth
just been
85 minutes?
No, of course not. Nothing's worth 85 minutes. But That ride was awesome. Universal was pretty good. I mean, it's not, people don't need my theme park reviews, but that ride was great.
I think people want your theme park.
Yeah,
I know they do. What
was the best thing that you did and the worst thing that you did?
Oh, towards the end there, I had to go to this like Bell sing-along thing, and it was outside. It was like 95. It was like I missed the fan. I wasn't under the fan. And we were sitting. It was real still under this canopy. I was just dying. It was like the last day, last few hours.
Sweating out the double bourbon.
We were never. You couldn't drink to excess because you're getting up at 6:30 every morning, like going. Like you cannot. Nobody's like you're just drinking for sanity at the end of the day, but never to excess. Every morning you wake up at 6:30. You're like go. Yeah, the Bell sing-along. My kids had fun with it. I was dying. It was just so hot and still under that canopy. Best thing, I don't. I mean, that Tron ride was gas, as PJ would say. That was a good one. You zip through it. That was fun. That was a good Guardians of the Galaxy. Like my older boys had a ton of fun. They do pretty much all the rides in between that and Universal. It was just too much though. It was 5 days. It was freaking insane the amount that we did. So I had a lot of takes. You know me. I'm always just sort of observing the human race and its habitats, its many forms, and so that's where I was really having a blast. Was observing the people all around. I'm very, very sort of into that. Just watching people. And the different forms they take on at a place like this. I love the big one for me was like Disney's into like mock jerseys now, which seem popular, like essentially like a Dallas Cowboys jersey, what I thought, but it's like,
Disney.
Boba Fett on the back because Star Wars now looked like what was a Pittsburgh Pirates like button down baseball jersey down the front. But I couldn't believe people were the money. No, we kept that to a minimum. Andy, we were like just getting our pockets picked at every turn. I mean, all the way to the gate of the airport, they have like a vending machine where you can spend whatever amount of money on to dispense Disney toys and various toys out of the vending machine, literally at our gate to the plane. So, that was one of my favorite items was these fake mock jerseys. Design your own lightsaber, and then you get this case. Like my kids have no interest in Star Wars or Harry Potter, nor do I, to be clear. And like these are the big sort of lands in Orlando that we went to. But yeah, design your own lightsaber, which costs a ton of money, and you walk around with it in your case. I don't know.
What's your big human race takeaway?
I mean, just we're all sharing the same planet, so I gotta figure out a way to fit in. It's just we were in one Star Wars line, and this gentleman behind me just didn't look my speed. Coughed on me, and it just like it was breathe, like it just went down my whole arm. And I almost like lost it right then and there. Like the breeze hit, like coughed, and I felt it like this, like all over. I almost like lost it. We're in this little cave waiting for this Star Wars ride I don't give a shit about. I almost lost it there. I don't want to get canceled, but I have just questions. I'm not going to actually ask them about the whole motorized cart usage that's going on at Disney. I'm sure there are many justifiable usages, but it seemed like there were some that aren't. And this didn't come to me.
No way.
I mean, it's rampant. Rampant motorized cart usage going on. And, I just didn't have a take until the very last hour at Hollywood Studios. I saw literally a guy with his feet up on the handlebars, eating a bucket of popcorn of his motorized cart. His feet were up, like lounging on top of the handlebars. And these carts are just everywhere. So that's something, but I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I got jammed. I got called on at one of these interactive deals, the Monsters Inc. thing. And it was like this theater, not huge, a couple hundred people. And I must have looked just not particularly happy at the moment, like hat on backwards, probably just brooding. And they put the spotlight on me, and I had to get up and dance. in the middle of this theater. So that was like my brain like shut off, and all of a sudden I was like, I was prompted to do that. I don't even know what I did, and danced, and so my kids were laughing at me about that. So yeah, it was just, I mean, you just go, man. You get up at 6:30 or 6 or whatever it is, because you have the early access. If you know, rope drop, this is a thing. Like everybody going to set up their chairs at Amen Corner. You get 30 minutes early or something. And so you get up early. You want to take advantage of that, so you have to wait in line for some things. This is like, honestly, and shout out to the traveling companion, the Phalans. Noreen organized these, what lane you purchase, lightning lane this, or early rope drop, don't do the light. I came to the conclusion it is easier to be the captain of the Ryder Cup team than to plan a full-blown, like, what rides to hit and how much money and when and where you spend it on a day at Magic Kingdom. So it actually, you know, shout out to them for organizing it. It wasn't that bad. I'll just put it that way. It wasn't that crowded. We hit every ride. My kids had fun. It just costs a lot of money to beat yourself up, is what I would just put it at. So yeah.
I was dejected. I talked to you on the phone. I heard that there was lines to meet the Disney princesses. I think that's my daughter's main appeal for Disney.
Oh, yeah.
And I could just see myself waiting in line 12 times just for 10 seconds with 30-minute lines for 10 seconds with the Disney princesses.
10, maybe. No chance.
That's in my sight lines.
Standing there in the sun, the hot heat, just to go give this giant mascot a hug for 5 seconds. I've convinced my 5-year-old daughter to just go stand the rope line next to the line to then take a picture. I'll show it for YouTube. Like, look, there's the rope. There's the back of Buzz Lightyear. So I said, you could just stand there. I'll take your picture with them from the outside. Because we're not doing that line, which the Disney employees freaking hated, because like that defeats the purpose. So it's tough, but it's cool. I mean, the ones they met, you know, she met a few of them, and that made an impression. So I don't know. It's just so expensive. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Disney Minute. We
last one. The Orlando airport has to
Terrible.
be the mecca of morons. Like people who just don't travel that much. Like everybody's in pre-check that shouldn't be in pre-check, and they keep turning them away. Like 50% of the people were there.
It has to be the worst TSA situation in the world.
Everything. The dining's terrible. It's an awful airport. I'm never in a good mood in the Orlando airport.
People might as well be going through with like 2-gallon jugs of water. Like they have no sense of how to travel it. Like it's just people who don't travel that much, which is fine. So it was unbelievable.
Yeah. As someone who travels frequently, the worst travel days are like spring break days. For me,
I finally broke when my kid threw a fit about not getting Wendy's at the Orlando airport after the last 5 days. He threw a fit. I said, "You want?" He got, after the last 5 days. It was like 2:45. It was neither lunch nor dinner. He's getting my kid who remained nameless. Going to throw a fit at the airport about not getting Wendy's. Then I was really, really mad about that. That sent me. So,
maybe we'll save NFL draft takes for the end. You know,
I didn't even know.
On our team's big nights. You know,
woke up this morning, had no clue. I texted PJ, wait, it's NFL draft night already. I've been so disconnected. So
we'll save that. We'll save that for the end of the pod. Hopefully, we're going to have a esteemed guest to break down the draft. Maybe talk a little golf too.
Love that. Let's do that. Let's jump into golf. I didn't know. Do people want that much Disney?
I think people are actually going to be disappointed there was only 14 minutes of Disney.
Depends.
No,
we're going to get people across the spectrum. There's going to be people that complain. There's going to be people that wanted more. There's going to be people that think we just enough.
Yeah.
I mean, we should be talking about the Cal Club boys, Isaiah Salinda and Kevin Velo going deep on the PGA Tour.
Cal Club? Are they both at Cal Club?
They're both Venturi members at Cal Club.
Okay. All right.
They're tied for first. They shot, they shot I think 26 on the front nine. 26 on the front nine.
Bananas.
They're vibing. They're vibing.
Can I talk about
as the influencer? These are two boys that could have the influencers really set their hooks in. Good guys.
Yeah,
good guys. But these are two guys that those influencers could really get their hooks in.
Celinda seems like he's got some real takes. Has no filter, lets it rip a little bit. He's been on the record on a few occasions. Doesn't suffer fools, maybe.
Well, I think his problem is he says he has takes, but then he doesn't give you any takes.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we talk about someone in the top 5 right now?
Sure.
Kevin Chappell.
Yeah.
Is it this? And you and Joseph was starting. He came off the alternate list when Billy Ho.
Lower body injury.
What is this? What is this? The hockey playoffs? What does that mean? Upper body, lower body.
Lower body injury for Billy. Do you?
What is that? That seems like a hockey thing. The ambiguity there.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead. Yeah.
How did the Aaron Rye Saya Thagala partnership come to be?
I don't know. I like it though. It's a good one. I like Aaron Rye Sahit. So Chappell comes off the alternate list. He's now T4. Guys played 2 events, Punta Cana and PR. 2 missed cuts. Guy, he takes Billy Ho's spot. This, by the way, is Hoagie's moment to shine for the Ryder Cup. Says you could pair me with anyone at any time, at any moment's notice, and look at me. I'm T4 with Kevin Chappell, who's like, full credit to Kevin Chappell. Guys had horrendous injuries, like real back issues. Played the Peak Cup, the famed Peak Cup, down at Liberty National, one of the worst Presidents Cups of all time, but a great U.S. team. Part of that with Chuck Hoffman. Did you know Chappell was runner-up? He lost in a playoff in the FedEx Cup Finals to Rory. When Rory and Ryan Moore went deep, Chappell was in that playoff. I had no clue of that.
He almost won at Arnold Palmer, too, one year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the guy's been wrecked. And here he is, as Lamagno was saying, like, what a way to like keep backdoor your way into points and a card. I was watching this morning, literally, the broadcast, PGA Tour Live, which like goes out of their way to not say anything critical, was like, look at that takeaway in the backswing, quite restricted. Because the guy's had a billion back surgeries. You got Carl Swatton, I believe, was like, yeah, it's very short. I mean, he looks like a guy
short to start.
Yes. But it looks like a guy who's had a million back problems, and he's T4 off the alternate list, playing with Tom Hoagie, who's been, a stout player on the PGA Tour this year and many recent years, because Billy Ho WD. It's kind of an amazing way to get your way into some points. Right? I mean, the guy hasn't done much.
The Højgaard shot 59. There's just going to be headlines, clickbait bullshit. Like, you won't believe these twins teamed up to break 60.
We did get notice that Shot Tracker's back, curiously, now that Russ Cochran's not in the field. Was this you remember they jammed us? They pulled the wool over our eyes last year. We weren't allowed to check on Russ's, 242 pokes. But it's back now.
What if Jonathan Bird and Chesson Hadley win and Jonathan Bird gets 2 more years on tour?
Is that in play? Where are they at?
The T5.
Oh my God. Rory and Shane were doing well when I last 64 T11. This is of course all 4-ball. Alt shot really separates the men from the mice, on Friday and Sunday. Like that's really where you gotta knuckle down. I mean, you got to go low to have a chance on the 2 4-ball days, but alt shot is really the supreme test. So that's early Zurich talk. I know we're going to get walk-up music here. I was not expecting you. In prior years, you got a lot going on, Andy. You're going to Scotland. The Masters feels like it still just blew up, and we're getting out from under that. And past years, you're like, we'll do walk-up music on Friday. We'll do walk-up music on Wednesday. Maybe next Friday. You're ready. We're doing it today, huh?
Well, this is all PJ. PJ runs the show now. PJ's got me dialed.
I'm not taking credit for this. I'm happy to be part of it.
PJ also helped, so PJ is assisted with the walk-up music.
Locked
So
in. You know what?
Maybe I'm not. This is an example of me not. This 100% of the music was not sourced by me this year, so it's gonna be a new era. You know what we wanted to do is wanted to put you in a jumble, have to deal with some sad boy music taste that PJ has.
There we go.
So,
love that.
You have to prepare for what generation are you? Are you a Y?
X? No,
X?
not X. What are you? Gen Z.
I think I'm right on the border of Gen Z and whatever the one before that is.
Okay.
X and Z.
Up.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with Gen Z tastes.
You know who has these demos locked in because they have to for marketing reasons? Are advertisers. One of which today is Perfect Practice. I was in Disney. I would have done anything. I should have brought it for the solitude and salvage that could come from a Perfect Practice putting mat. I don't know if I would have had time, but it would have felt like a good mental reset from the day's journey. Not a lot of walking, only 3-4 steps to the end and back. A respite from that. And actually some mental serenity, just wrapping putts. You can too.
This afternoon, I'm gonna roll it out. I've got a big trip. I'm gonna play a lot of golf, and a lot of people have been like, "Oh, you've been playing a lot of golf," because I'm going to Scotland. I'm like, no, I've played twice in 8 weeks, so I'm gonna be. I got to get in the lab a little bit today. My clubs are already gone, but I got plenty of putters to choose from, and I'm going to roll out my Perfect Practice and hit some putts so I don't feel like I got a sledgehammer in my hands on next week.
But your gamer's already on the way. I love that term. The gamer. These are going to be the other ones.
I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to bring retros to Scotland. I like to play retros. But I'm playing Oakmont on the back end of the trip, and I just didn't feel like going to Oakmont with the retros, to be completely honest.
You want to jump on the interstate coming back across the 9T if you were out there with retro. But practice for your Scotland trip upcoming. Go to perfectpractice.com. Use the promo code SGS for 20% off. That's a good chunk. I like that one. 20% off, good chunk. SGS is a promo code. Perfectpractice.com is the URL. It's the highest quality mat for a realistic putting experience, crafted with unique crystal velvet material that ensures smooth and precise ball movement, simulating real greens. That sounds like something that could be at Universal or Disney with all that high tech involved. It's simulation. Train anytime, anywhere, all skill levels, easy setup and put away. Convenient auto ball return. We like that for the motorized cart people that don't want to take those extra steps. They got auto ball return. So go to perfectpractice.com, or you can go to Dick's Sporting Goods, which we need to note. Go to Dick's Sporting Goods, and you can get it in a brick and mortar fashion there. Perfectpractice.com. Promo code is SGS for 20% off. A great putting mat to add to your routine there.
PJ, right. I don't know if you're checking the lines, but I guess the Bears just moved, are minus 190 favorites for Ashton Genty.
I did. I saw it was moving. I saw they were minus 110 this morning. So
minus 190 now.
What's their pick? Like 11?
10.
They picked 10. It seems like they have to move up 10? To 5. Seems like Jacksonville is trying to move back. It'll be fun though. If the Bears get Genty and you're getting Travis, you're getting the two most fun players in the draft. So that you got that going for you.
You're taking an offensive lineman, huh?
That's what I want. I think we're going to take the Penn State tight end. So I
want him. I kind of want him.
I'm good there. I'm good. We're not good enough for that. You have a quarterback. You can have fun things. We don't have a quarterback. We have problems.
Right. That's right. We're a franchise that always has a quarterback.
I'm going to read a quick SGS golf advice email related to the draft, because we get a lot of complaints from the UK and Ireland or Australia about too much NFL talk. This comes from Dan Williams from Australia, who asked us, who's prepping for the draft tonight from Australia, asked us to prior golf advice for a team. I forget where we were like Great Lakes. We were thinking Lions, like not someone we don't hate yet. We gave him the Bills. This was like 8 months ago. So now he's emailing us the week of the draft. He goes, "Hey boys, Thank you so much for putting me onto the mighty Buffalo Bills last season. I really sunk my... This is from Australia, Dan. I really sunk my teeth into the whole experience, read up on my new team, and even watched the 4 Falls of Buffalo. I think that's at 30 for 30. You got this guy a nut. That was the final straw or nail in the coffin, depending on how you view my prospects as a Bills man from here on in. I love an underdog, and my heart broke for the boys during that epic story of utter disaster. This was the 4 Super Bowls and a loss. But what a year. What a team. Just a great ride, albeit ultimately unsuccessful. I'm a huge fan of the game now, and Josh Allen, of course. But my man Cook, the little master, he's probably a foot taller than me, but he looks almost as diminutive as he goes ducking and diving his way through a forest of burly boys on countless plays during each game, but racking up the yardage and supporting Allen with pure skill and loyal service. This is Dalvin Cook's brother on the.
This guy is gonna be wrecked when James Cook demands a trade because they won't give him a contract.
We got this guy in Australia hooked on James Cook, diminutive man, the little master, ducking and diving amongst the
I bet he
boys.
loves Shakir too because he's a little guy.
He's a little guy too, just running around.
So that's from crossing routes, just drags all game long.
I had to follow up. He's just getting ready for the draft. Really the way good. He described James Cook and getting all in on Josh Allen. Yeah, welcome, Dan Williams. So, all right, let's move on. LIV Golf is back this week in Mexico City. It's their first event since Doral the week before the Masters.
Chapultepec.
Did you know? I read the full. I went through the entire notes, pre-tournament notes that LIV sends out. Just ripping through them.
Seems like you were ready to get back into it after your vacation.
Did you know all 4 winners of the WGC at Chapultepec play for LIV now? So they got that going for them. Maybe that was like the trend. If you won at Chapultepec, you were gone for LIV. DJ
did Phil won? Phil won there.
Won. Yeah. Phil won and proudly proclaimed in his win that not if, but when I get the 50 PGA Tour wins. Now, he would be leaving the PGA Tour in short order and is not at 50 officially, but he did win. I think that's his last PGA
He's at
Tour
45. Just pulled this number for another pod.
So all 4 winners at Chapultepec are now on LIV, and they are returning to the site of their conquest there on the WGC.
Well, this could be a big week for DJ, or semi-retired Tour Pro.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. I was in the crosshairs looking through these notes. Like, who's been the worst since LIV started? And it is like the guys that actually have played there since the beginning. Not
Swafford,
the recent Anthony Kim. I think Bubba has been in actuality the worst, the biggest disaster. Now, that may have been the case if he stayed on tour. Westy has a T3. You go down the list, like, it's hard to not just fall into a top 5 finish. Over the last 3 years, 54 guys in the field. You got, however many 30 plus starts now amongst that core group. Bubba's best finish is T10. Like, that's terrible. Like, everybody is first, second, third. Everybody. Bubba's T10, Keimer's T9. Like, of that core crew. I'm not talking about, Luis Masaveju or like the recent guys. I'm talking about that core group. Bubba has been, I think, the worst. Now, that may have been the case if he stayed on the PGA Tour, too. The guy's getting up there. He's accomplished this and that. On the team front, I didn't realize how big a disaster Team Smash has been. They're tied this year. They're tied with the Ironheads with only 1 point accrued. Now, is Brooksy going to have to get him in the gym? We got Kokrak and Talor. And I don't even remember who's the 4th guy with Brooksy. Is Brooks just checked out now on LIV? Is that what we're saying? Everybody's talking about how he's like not if, but when. Freddie's talking about is he coming back to the PGA Tour? A lot of people hypothesize that, but I guess I just didn't realize how bad Smash has been. Graham McDowell's the 4th guy, but they've got 1 point. Look, we're trying to give this serious analysis. I'm looking at all the points. They have 1 point. With Ironheads, there's 3 behind the Cleeks, so they're in DFL tied with the Ironheads. I didn't realize they've been that bad. And if you want to watch it this week, LIV Golf Chapultepec did not make Big Fox, which I think probably has to come as a disappointment for the LIV boys. Feels like an opportunity in Mexico City, but no, They're on FS1 at 5 p.m., apparently for only a smidgen of coverage on Saturday, 2 p.m. on FS1 on Sunday, and 5 p.m. on FS2 on Friday. So they get essentially no coverage on Friday, a little bit on FS1 on Saturday, and then, good bit on Sunday on FS1. So that's how to watch.
Can we talk about something?
Yeah.
They're going to Korea next week.
Yeah.
And then they're coming back for the PGA.
In Charlotte. It's a lot. 7,800 feet above elevation this week in Mexico. A lot of glowing comments from Phil about the golf course.
Doesn't seem ideal. Mexico, play the Masters. All right, we got a round into major championship form. Let's go to Mexico and South Korea, and then we're gonna fly back for the PGA. Fly back. I'm gonna spend a week jet lagged, and then I go to Charlotte.
Well, they got to play sometime. This is when they're playing right now. So
they're going to be right in your neck of the woods before the U.S. Open.
What are they doing? The RTJ, right? Is that where they're going?
I was kind of surprised. RTJ. Yeah.
Longtime Peak Cup host. So they're there. I was reading this morning about this new boxing deal that they're doing with PIF. It seems like they've sort of learned their lessons from LIV a little bit. Like they're partnering with an existing combat sports behemoth in TKO, which they don't do. TKO does WWE and UFC. They don't, not necessarily boxing, but they have like tons of institutional knowledge about media rights. And boxing's like obviously this insanely fractured sport, and they see it's super vulnerable. So like, is this a way to build a unified boxing behemoth? But they're partnering with an existing sort of establishment place in Dana White and Nick Khan and TKO Group, Mark Shapiro. Those, I'm wondering, like, it's like very different than LIV, they said, where you're starting straight up rival, and they never could really land the media rights that would get them off the ground. I know it's improved this year with Fox, but it's kind of interesting to read all about their boxing deal. PIF seems like set up better for success than what's going on with golf. All right, that's it for LIV Mexico City. LPGA, Chevron. Nelly kind of imploding here early. She was 5 over through 14, but your leader is Hyron Rue very early at Chevron Championship.
Did you see this Angela Stanford quote?
No, what did it say?
It said it's just a detonation on Carlton Woods. This course can kind of wear you down. It kind of lulls you to sleep a little bit. Just feels like you're hitting the same shot all day.
That last one's kind of a dagger.
I don't think she meant it as that.
Same shot.
It's kind of amazing.
That's good. That's really good. On the DP World Tour, we have the Hainan Classic you've talked about. I just want to shout out the amount of black rock there. It's called, by someone there on the ground has alluded to it as DFL light or diet DLF. Sorry, diet DLF, because of how ridiculous it is. So that's the Hainan Classic going on. News. Hey, did you guys talk about Jackie Robinson and Joe Namath, aka Lucas Beauregard?
No,
he's back on the DP World Tour. But did you see he played the Monday Media Lottery at the Masters?
What?
I did.
Guy was a top. He was in the WGC. Top 64 player in the world.
I was trying to figure out how he got into the media lottery. I was trying to figure out how he was there at the Masters, but I did see that he ended up playing on Monday.
That, like, he played the Masters, I assume. Was he there for like Danish radio or something? But he posted like, what a dream. I won the media lottery and played it. Lucas Beauregard. And now he's back, I think, playing DP World Tour events.
He's played the Masters once, T21 in 2019.
I got that while I was on vacation. I was very puzzled by that whole deal. That's interesting. I'm surprised he got a Masters media lottery invite. News, what else? Alot the Ball has been named vice captain of the European Tour.
Watch out, Americans!
I love Ollie. God, I'm obsessed with Ollie.
The European team becomes more likable by the day.
I had a page of notes on Ollie at the Masters. I want to write about him someday. Like he's, what a man, what a sage voice to have.
He could be playing in his last one next year.
There's just never any pomp and circumstance. These old guys age out with trying to sell you real estate or golf courses or products, and he's just the best, Ollie. What else? Annika, you see this from the Chevron? Annika's wedding gift to Madeline Sagstrom and her husband was a round at Augusta National.
Really?
Yeah. Does this? I have questions. I'm not sure. It's cool. It's cool for sure. I mean, was there also a real wedding gift? It's just. Is Augusta okay with this? I don't know. I thought that was interesting. It's cool. It's cool that was the wedding gift.
Pretty great wedding gift.
Yeah, from Madeline Sagstrom and her husband, round of it at Augusta National. Interesting news.
Here's a question.
What? Yes.
Just going to throw this out there.
I had a lot of questions when I saw it, but yeah.
If I invite you to my wedding.
Yeah.
Like if you've gotten to that level with someone that are invited to your wedding, which is like a, significant invite. Do you think the gift should be being invited out to Augusta National? Should that be a wedding gift, a formal wedding gift? Or should that just be like, I kind of just, if I've been invited to your wedding, I would think maybe in my head, I should take him out there someday. I should still get him a wedding gift.
I think you also got to get a China placement or something too. Yeah, and that's just a part of
maybe
the deal.
She got both.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the better story for the broadcast for sure. So it could be that you got both. But yeah, it's interesting. One quick golf advice note while we're on the Masters, we did get one from Jack while it's relevant, who said he asked, "This isn't really golf advice, but still a concerning development. Has the Masters become the Coachella for golf influencers? Every thirst bucket golf influencer seems to make their way to Augusta every year. Has Augusta become overrun with golf influencers? Let me know what you guys think." I asked our photographer, Cameron, who feels like he would know both intimately well, maybe not. He said it was noticeably different vibe this year, and talked with a few other photographers that the vibe was a bit different. A lot of hobnobbing, chit-chatting around certain areas. Just felt less golf-focused outside of the big groups. I would agree that there is this whole subculture or trend of here's a picture of me in a highly staged and curated photo at this place of renown. But here's the picture of me. See, that seems to be a very big trend.
I've got a picture of us, but now I can't ever post it because you've done this.
What?
I've got a picture of me and you.
Well,
I was saving to post part of the trend, at some point. Now we're going to have to resist. We can't ever post the photo.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying this is the email that says, is it the Coachella? There is a certain sort of momentum about some sort of cultural congregation.
Well, this is how everything goes, right? Like everything gets worse every year.
I'm not saying it's worse, Matt. I'm refusing comment.
I mean, this is how things work, though. Society slowly wears down and beats down things, and even institutions like the Masters can, sustain some, the influence. You can't hold the influencers at bay forever.
Never mind the golf or the golf course. Here's me in my nifty new hat or whatever it is. And I don't know. Here's a lot of that going on. For sure.
Here's me in my baggy fits, that I bought last week for this photo specifically.
Definitely a thing. Good email, Jack. That was insightful. Coachella. I don't have the working knowledge of Coachella and its devolution, but I get where you're going for there.
I got some follow up on Hooters that we have to get to.
That's what we need follow up on. Okay, who didn't
we
ask
were asking questions about the chicken and where they get it on the last pod.
I heard that.
I'm gonna keep this person, but this person has intimate knowledge of the supply chain of Hooters.
Okay.
After doing some light research, their bone-in chicken is from a bit of a larger company, but the boneless items are from some smaller farms that don't use GMOs. Maybe JD wasn't lying when he praised the quality and consistency of the food.
That's why he's a boneless guy, because he appreciates the quality and consistency and no GMOs. John Daly has put a lot of things into his body, but he will not do GMO boneless chicken.
All right. Good Hooters follow-up. Like that.
Hooters really gotten some free run. I've been getting texts from people about, I might be going. Can you put me in contact with PJ for advice?
My wife just came in the office, and I wonder what she thinks. So they said good Hooters follow-up out loud in my office. All right. Let's continue on. You know what we needed at the Masters and what I used every day, multiple times per day at Disney World? Lifesaver.
Oars and Alps.
Oars and Alps, baby. My hands were clean. I used that face stick.
You were up at 6:30. Now, look, you're in a hotel room, I presume.
Yes.
Like a big suite? How did you do? Did you
we had
pack
adjoining
the kids?
rooms, 2 adjoining rooms. So like your standard hotel room, 4 beds, 2 adjoining rooms.
Did you have them line up like you have them line up for the shower? And what'd you do? You had line up,
but generally at the bus stop or the monorail stop. Monorail stop, bus stop. We go line up while we're waiting. Boom, 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 boom. Had my Oars and Alps stick. Then we'd be in the park. Because, you just reapply. It's a good idea. You usually don't have to reapply that stick.
Hours.
That stick is an everyday thing, though. I can't speak. That's scientific. Maybe that's a claim I shouldn't be. But that's usually, that lasts longer than any kind of normal sunscreen, that stick. But then you don't get the goop. You're in the middle of the park. You're trying to go on the carousel. You don't want goop all over your hands after putting, sunscreen on 25 different kids. So you just go the stick real fast, up, down, boom, bango, bongo. You're back on the seven dwarfs mine train, and your hands are nice and clean. No problems whatsoever. We use this. This is no BS. This is not even an ad read. This is just an accounting of my last 5 days of my life. But on the ad read front, you go to oarsandalps.com. What's the promo? I lost it.
15% off. It's Shotgun 15.
Shotgun 15. oarsandalps.com/shotgun start. Use the promo code Shotgun15 and you get 15% off. Again, it's aluminum free. You don't want that.
It's good stuff. Passes the Mrs. Egg test. John Daly might be interested in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because there's no GMOs in it.
That's right. They got you locked in. Oarsandalps.com/shotgun start. Use the spray. The spray has a good scent. We got caught. We ran out. We got some other spray from delivery. It was terrible. The scent's great on the Oars and Alps spray. And it's, you don't have to rub it in. That's the whole point of hands free. So use the stick, use the spray. oarsandalps.com/shotgun start. Shotgun 15 gets you 15% off. All right. Should we jump to walk up music? I don't think I have any more, unless you guys do. You want to do NFL draft? I've got plenty more, but
we got to talk about the website, Fried Egg website.
Oh, God.
Check it out, thefriedegg.com. It's new. It's improved.
It's awesome.
It's been a lot of work.
Awesome.
There's still some bugs. Let's be honest. We're working through them. We're working through them.
Day one.
What I'm excited about. Our team that spearheaded this did an amazing job, I thought.
Yes.
I think, but I'm very biased. What I'm excited about is that we now have a website that we can continually improve, and this is kind of the starting off point, and you're going to be seeing a lot more new stuff on there. So go check it out. Just peruse. It's a fun website to peruse. It makes finding stuff a lot easier than our past website.
The old website was in dire need of a look. You've built something amazing here, but like the focus has been on like
Creating.
What are the meals? What's the food on the plate? Not the plate necessarily. What's the decor? But we were at a point where we're like, not everybody does it the same. Some companies just, maybe want to focus on the dinner plates and the curtains out front and the booths looking nice and then serve you maybe not great stuff. You have built a lot of like really good or an attempt, like, not we don't hold ourselves. There's not a lot of self-regard here, but like real commitment to try to do something good or entertaining or amusing or insightful each time without like a master serve of a advertiser or click, amount of clicks per week or month. But we were getting to the point where the content was, or the meals were coming out on like paper towels. And like, why not design something beautiful and amazing and more efficient for both us as the users, and then obviously all you guys who come to the website. And I think you've done it the right way in terms of the kind of content. And now you've really led by Bo. Like, it's an awesome website that he spent months working on, and some folks certainly on the content team, like Garrett, Cameron, Matt, Adam, like making it ready to rock. So yeah, it's just, and it's day one. I think when we started this podcast, we're like, I think this is the worst it will ever be. Now, maybe there's a Caves Valley episode or the one in Ireland that were worse, but the website's
I think the Ireland one will live in infamy as maybe the worst podcast ever created.
Wait, there's no microphone on the left AirPod. But this is only going to get better and stronger, and we're going to build on top of it. And it's I don't know. I had very little to do with it, so I feel like I can speak glowingly about it and not feel like I'm tooting my own horn. It's awesome. Go to thefriedegg.com, join the club, the course content, everything else. The add-ons for club members are only going to increase, become more significant. So yeah, we're very proud, and quite honestly, I think it sort of matches, and hopefully will elevate the kind of quality of the actual meal we've been putting out for many years. So, all right, should we do walk-up music? You want to do that?
Yeah.
Zurich hard turn to walk up.
I think
music?
This is like the fifth year. I did not look back. I did not. There might be repeats. I hope there aren't. This is a fun tradition. What we do. This was years ago. We came up with this, and it was they started doing walk up music, and we said, well, this is probably what they should have as their walk up music was the premise. So this is right. This is what we think these teams or individual players. It's hard to do the music for the whole team. Sometimes it's easier to just pick out players. So it's you just pick the teams. This is PJ and I's work, but we'll get this thing kicked off. We are going to start here. Well, are you ready to go? We'll give you 15 seconds, and you can pick out the group.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll give you the.
I don't know the groups that well, but I'll go. All right. Let's go.
Ow, she's a brick house. She's mighty, just letting it all hang out. She's a brick house. I like lady stack. That's
I mean, is this Quaid Cummings and Goddard?
Yeah,
Love
wanted
it.
to start you out with a softball here. I know I know you're not really up to speed on the pairings.
Yeah, we knew that one.
Wanted to give you a softball out. That's
right.
what those
Love
boys
that.
should be walking out to.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that group. Just they should be in the draft. They might go back to back interior linemen tonight. Go ahead.
All right, we'll go to the next one here.
I said, give me two pearls. I need two pearls. So I can get the stomping in my Air Force One.
Great
Stomping in my Air Force One. I like that.
Nelly is in my wheelhouse. That's my guy. I don't know who this applies to. Air Force. Oh, is Who's the guy from the Air Force? Maybe that. You're thinking
wrong,
shoes.
Wrong.
You're thinking shoes.
You got to focus on the shoes
Nike
more.
shoes.
You got to focus on shoes. Who might be stomping in their shoes?
Aim pointers stomping around the putting green, stomping around the hole.
Think about somebody who might be really proud of their shoes.
Eric Van Rooyen?
Yeah, there we go.
Who's he with?
He is I don't
He's
even
with
know.
Christian Bezuidenhout. The two South Africans, the Air EVRs.
That's right.
I love it.
Maybe their team uniform is the Air EVR, the Echo Eric Van Rooyen signature shoe. And they're listening to that while they're lacing up their Air EVRs.
on the first tee. Is Zurich still doing walk-up music, or are we just doing it?
I think they might on Saturday.
This is when they were looking. This was the most dead event on tour. It's like, all right, we'll make it 2 mans. All right, we'll do walk-up music. Next thing you got, Alex Cheka coming out to, Guns N' Roses or Twisted Sister or whatever it was. You're like, maybe that wasn't a good idea. But we're still doing it. It's a good bit. All right.
This was a PJ song that PJ, this is a great one. This is an incredible pull here.
I got that summertime sadness. What's that summertime sadness? Got that summertime sadness.
I mean, I'm dying at the song choice. That's so good. Would it be the Mr. October? Pat Gazire?
Yes.
Did I get it?
Pat Gazire, who has made one cut in 2025.
Notably, the most noteworthy moment of the season was he punted his putter about 65 feet in the air at the Valspar. That's his highlight.
So Mr. October has the summertime sadness.
I like that.
Could have gone sweater weather with him too. That would be a good one for him also.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. I love that. That was a random pull. All right.
Who am I? The best rapper alive. The best rapper alive. The best rapper alive. The best rapper alive. Swagger right check. Game tight. And it goes RESPECT. The best rapper alive. The best rapper alive. The best rapper alive. The best rapper alive.
What? God, that was an assault.
The best rapper alive.
Best rapper alive. RESP. I have no idea. Who could that rapper alive? Scrolling the field list here. Who is it?
The great one himself.
I
Mateo
almost
Manacero.
God, I almost said Manacero. I thought about that. God, I almost said Manacero. Who is he? Who'd they jam him with? Cristobal del Solar. Guy's just, it's like a man without a home playing on the PGA Tour. It's kind of disrespectful to the great one. All right.
This is another PJ edition. Really good.
Bridge over troubled waters. Is this, God, does this have to do with the moat? Does this have to do with just issues, current ongoing issue? Toasty? Could it be Piss Bear? The bridge over the troubled waters of the Atlantic. We know he's had trouble with that. Going over the waters. Who is it?
It's the Bridge Man.
Oh, that's a good one. Jacob Bridgeman. That's good.
A lot of water out here. He's gonna have to guide Chandler Phillips over through a lot of trouble.
The
It's
bridge, man. I love that. Love that.
All
Good
right.
one.
This one might be a little mean-spirited thinking about it.
Uh-oh.
I'll be your clown behind the glass. Go ahead and laugh, 'cause it's funny. I would too if I saw. I'll be your clown
PJ's dying over there.
on your favorite channel. My life's a circus.
Means I'll be your What does he say? I'll be your cloud?
I'll be your clown.
Clown?
Yeah.
I'll be your clown. Who's this? I'm totally Anders Albertson and Vince Whaley. No, not them. Why would that be there? Who is it? Who's this one?
Zach Johnson, Ryan Palmer.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. How are they doing, by the way? I wonder how they're playing.
I was
Maybe
also like researching, like, can I find a song about when the tugboat breaks down?
Yeah.
Like, like I was trying to find something with like when the boat breaks down.
The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, maybe. Yeah. I'll be your clown.
All right. Let's keep going. We got a lot of them here.
Love it.
We will go with this one.
Tick-tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. Don't stop, make it pop. DJ, blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight.
Look,
God.
PJ dipping into the Kesha bucket did
I was
not
gonna
have
say.
that. This
I think
song,
that was
This
my
is right up
senior
my
week
alley.
of like college. That was maybe a year.
I think I was
after.
probably like 5th, 6th grade. This was like
Oh.
one of the first big songs of my childhood.
this
I
was
feel like.
this was before TikTok existed.
Very much so.
When that came on, Bar was immediately in better mood. Like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that was hopping. That was a good
You know what
spot.
was right around the same time was Gwen Stefani, Akon, Sweet Escape.
Yeah.
Those were bona fide bar
Gunnar
bar
Henderson
lifting.
uses that as his actual walk-up song, and everybody sings along. It's one of the better ones, I would say.
Holla Back Girl was in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Mr.
Ain't no-
Brightside. There was a whole like, immediate put the bar in a little pep in the step. Is that a slow play issue? TikTok?
No, you're thinking way too deep.
You're way overthinking this.
What is this? Party don't stop. Party don't
This is
stop.
a PJ.
Party don't stop.
He's not going to get it.
It's
Who
Ben
is that?
Griffin. It's Ben Griffin.
Oh, TikTok. There we go. TikTok.
How could it not be?
A millennial song for a Gen Z platform. I love it. There you go. I like it. You're crossing generations there. You're bridging them. I like that. There we go. Ben Griffin, the TikTok master. That's a good team, by the way.
That's
if I was a
Could
betting
be a Ryder
podcast,
Cup
I
team.
might be into that. Novak and Ben Griffin.
Could be a
All
Ryder
right.
Cup. U.S. Ryder Cup team.
You think so?
When it's time to close your eyes, they will see us in the sky. We'll be the stars. We'll be the stars. We'll be the stars.
All right. I think I'm back. I'm back off the schneid with this one. Jake Knapp.
That's
Frankie
right.
Sappin. Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter, influencer favorite Sabrina
Global-
Carpenter, paired with Will Be the Stars for Jake Knapp. The
Superstar.
emerging. I got a press release 2 weeks ago, right after the Masters. Emerging superstar Jake Knapp. who didn't play in the Masters.
Jake Knapp, that was a good one. Love that.
All right, let's move on here. We'll get
Please, Mr. Postman, look and see. Is there a letter for me? I've been standing here waiting, Mr. Postman, so patiently. For just a card, for just a letter.
great
man.
PJ submission. Incredible.
I was thinking about Craig Norman dropping a letter off your Tiger's mailbox. Pretty good. Or Scott Stallings looking for his Masters invite, but he's not on the field.
Or fake Scott Stallings getting his Masters invite.
Right. Is it JT Poston?
You would think
Is it that?
When there's a
Misdirection.
misdirection here. Sam Saunders waiting for his next
good one.
letter.
Can we talk about how insane it is he's in the field? I saw that. You guys did. You did a good job. We don't need to rehash it. But when I saw that, I was like in line. I just pulled up the field list last weekend. I was like,
I think
Sam Saunders.
I think he's lucky. He's lucky Ricky's not a Zurich ambassador anymore.
Yeah.
Wasn't Ricky a
retired.
Zurich ambassador?
Yeah.
Was he at one point?
No, he was Farmers. I think he was
Farmers.
Farmers. Zurich was a mix of people. Justin Rose. He's retired. Like he's a retired KFT player. Anyways, all right. He's with Eric Cole, the postman. Send me a letter. That's good. I like that.
Everybody here wanted something more. Searching for a sound we hadn't heard before. And it said, welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
God, heard that many times sung by the girls, the daughters I was with while we were waiting in 90-minute lines. They sang that song. It's a TGL, New York Golf Club. Gotta be, right? Gotta be related to that. Or is it a Bethpage reference of make the Ryder Cup team? Hoagie? Welcome. No. Who do you want? Who's PJ angling for Bethpage? Who is it?
Maybe someone who hasn't been to New York, It'd be the other team.
The other
This
team.
is a real duo that could feasibly be on a Ryder Cup team.
The
playing.
Hoygaard brothers? No. Who is it? Who is it?
Big Shot Bob and Tom Dietrich.
It's good. That's a good one. I like that. That's a real duo.
That could happen.
Luke Donald got in the kitchen and was like, play together, right? I mean, that seems like an impetus behind this pairing, right? I mean, they do this all year. I saw that at practice round at the Players. Justin Rose was playing with like why is he with these three Dietrich and they just do it. They've used as many practice rounds or 2-man events as they can to get these guys familiar with each other. That's a real duo. You're right.
All right, up next.
Wake up, show me your eyes. You slept through the morning, now it's time to rise, Wake up, show me your heart. Your life's just a moment, now it's time to start. Cross the river, jump the fire.
What?
We are walking on a tightrope wire. Think deeper, climb higher. Even you could be the new town crier.
The Newtown Crier. Who sings that? Who has a song about
Capital
time?
City.
There's a song about time criers?
Called the Newtown Crier.
It was in a best cut. PJ didn't have the best cut there. We tried to keep it to 20 seconds. He went with the whole chorus. The
I was thinking about
38-second
someone who
chorus.
slept through their tea time. Wake up, you missed your alarm.
The Newtown Crier. He kind of buried the lead.
Who's the new town crier? Who speaks?
You could be the new town crier. Yeah.
Is it Chapel filling in for Billy Boy?
Filling in for the lower body injury.
Love that. How is there a song about you could be the new town crier?
I just searched town crier on Spotify.
Yeah, sure.
To my delight, it pulled up.
Love that. That's good.
All right. What else do we got here? We've got let's see. PJ, what do we need to fill? Oh, here.
And if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it.
Is this the Smalley guy? Whose mom is like on
That would be
like,
a good one.
Everything,
Not who I had,
does
but that would
everything?
be a good one.
Alex Smalley. Look, Ma, I made it. So like a young kid? Who is it?
Rory Cantor.
Got through? Beat the odds?
Beat the odds.
Beat the odds?
Crossed the LIV PGA Tour divide.
Made it through.
He's made it through the Berlin Wall of golf.
The Recanter. I think Kyle Robinson, that's his new nickname. The Recant Live. The Rory Recanter. That was a Kyle Robinson suggestion. That's a good one. Love that.
I got
What
any
else we
other
got?
ones you want to play, PJ?
PJ?
Yeah. You got to play this. This is the best one I think that you had.
Okay.
Which?
I don't owe you anything, no. But you owe me something. Repay me now.
Oh my God. I love the lyric. I don't owe you anything, but you owe me. Repay me now. God, this is gonna kill me that I'm not on top of who this could be.
I mean, come on. This is the easy. This is a layup.
This is the easiest one.
I don't owe you anything.
It's literally a verbatim quote.
Oh God. I was thinking monetarily, but we were just talking time. Morikawa. That is so good. That is great. I don't know anyone anything. Morikawa and Kurt Kitayama.
I don't owe you anything, no. But you owe me
Who sings this?
repay me now.
The Smiths.
The Smiths. All right.
I could see him.
That's good.
But you owe me something.
Owe
That could
me your
be what he
time.
says next.
Can you imagine walking out to the first tee on Saturday and that's playing over the loudspeaker? It'd be good. Good
Be
play
great.
by Colin if he did that. You should do that. God, you guys are on fire. I was in the Fritz. That was a good one. That was a good, whatever it is, 5th annual walk-up music. Oh, Brick
All right.
House. All right.
We did
That
it.
was good. We did it. We made it through. Another Zurich walk-up music, an annual favorite of the SGS listeners.
PJ, this episode's going to get obliterated on YouTube.
I have no idea if this episode is making it to YouTube, but we're gonna
Okay.
find out.
Okay. We'll see. Maybe check it. Maybe don't. We'll figure that out on the back end.
Well-
Thanks to everyone. Go ahead. What?
Well,
What
we're
were you
here. You know,
Yeah.
Cause you had a bad day. You take it one down.
You're just killing him.
You
You're
sing
killing
the song,
PJ.
just turn it around. You say you
Killing
don't
him.
know. You tell me don't lie. You work and smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day. The camera don't lie. You coming back down.
that's PJ's walk-up music for this episode.
Pouty Boy PJ.
Howdy boy PJ putting this on YouTube.
What
Just
we had that in
Dump,
an episode.
dump it on top of me.
What's his name? Daniel Powder?
Yeah, Daniel.
He
Powder.
came for us. PJ put all the work and posted to YouTube, and Danny Powder just came and jammed him. Said, "No, you're not going to use my song."
Stuffed it in his face. I can't wait till I get the email about Daniel Powers stuffing it in PJ's face again.
Just gratuitous, Andy, gratuitous Daniel Powder is at the end of that.
No need for that.
Love that. All right. Everybody enjoy your weekends. Good to be back.
Oh, one other bonus one just for PJ. Get him in a better mood.
Now you still can't call me back, and I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks, and I saw your mom. She forgot that I existed, and it's half my fault, but I just like to play
This is the most
Ow.
gratuitous music usage episode, I think, in the history of this show.
Do you know who that's walk-up music for?
Who is it? Keegan? Is he in the field? Who is it?
Well, it's
Sticks
fellow
boy?
fellow ball frog, Rory and Lowry. Rory's out of the stick season.
He is. He's walking in.
He's a happy boy.
Yeah, he's a happy boy. Freed up. That was the headline. Boy, Rory talks for 90 seconds. People write 1,000 words about how he's freed up. Like, I don't disagree, but for God's sakes.
Happy boy.
Yeah, he's a happy boy. Did we ever share that Noah Khan bit that someone about the Masters? How someone encountered him in the wild at the Masters and Rory like made a birdie. And she's like, let's go. Let's effing go. Go Frogs. He was screaming this on the grounds at Augusta National. Did we share that on the last spot? Apparently Noah Khan was at Augusta and he's screaming, go Frogs, when Rory did something of consequence. Positive. Pretty good. We had that as a first eyewitness.
You know why he was in such a chipper mood? Because he got out of the season.
Now you still can't call me back.
Again.
and
We're
I
going again.
love
Andy. We're going again.
It's the season of the
Put
sticks,
PJ
and
in a
I saw your mom. She
All right.
forgot that.
Good to be back. Safe travels to Scotland for Andy. PJ's just going to have to clean this all up.
Cause you had a bad day.
We will
You take it one
talk
down.
to you.
You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't